Hello guys, I'm Mester.mechanic and this is my third video on my YouTube channel. In the previous videos we learned how to draw a sketch with some simple tools, and we learned some simple relations. In this video I'm gonna draw a sketch. So I have already drawn a sketch and I'm gonna draw it again. Here I have my Solidworks open. So I'm gonna create a new document here, new and part. I'm gonna draw my sketch on front plane. So here I click on the front plane and sketch. Here we always start with the origin point. So here we have a line. Right here we have a line. Our line is horizontal, so it automatically will be horizontal. If I rotate the line here, I have a yellow symbol. It means that our line will be horizontal. So I left click and then I have an arc. So I right click and here I choose select. And here arc. So I choose arc. I'm gonna choose three points arc, so it's much better. Here, for example, this is enough for me. With 3 clicks, I will have my arc. So the next one is a line. So then after an arc, I have a line. So I choose line here, and my line is vertical, so I rotate the line here. I have it here. You can see the tangent relation. So I want my line to be vertical, so I rotate it, and I want a vertical line. So here, after that, I have an arc again. So I choose arc here, and from the end of the line, I start my arc. So I choose 3-point arc, and here with 3 clicks I create my arc. For example, this is enough for me. After I draw all the lines and arcs, I will edit all of them and I will give them relations and dimensions. So you can see there are dimensions here, and there are some relations. I will tell you how to give these lines relations and dimensions. So I'm just gonna draw the lines and arc itself. After an arc, I have a line again. So I have a line. It is horizontal, so I rotate it, and this is horizontal. Then I have an arc. 3-point arc is better. So here. And after that, I have a line again. So I have a line. So you can see here, you have a little space. So for zooming in and zooming out, you can scroll your middle button on your mouse. So you can just zoom in and zoom out. And everywhere you go, for example, I want to zoom in here, it will zoom in here. Or I want to zoom out, then you will zoom out. So you can zoom in and zoom out if you have a space problem. So for example, it is good for me. You can see here I zoom in and then I zoom out. If you have lost your sketch, just press zoom to fit, then you have your sketch here. I wanna zoom out, so it is okay for me. I want an arc, so I press select and I want arc. There is a little point here. If I draw a line, for example, right here, and then I want to make an arc, you can just extend the line and then go back to the point here. Then you can create your arc. So it is much faster if you do that, but I mostly use this method. For example, I press select and then I choose the 3-point arc. But if you do that, you'll become a faster designer. Please press select and then click this line and then delete. So the next one we have an arc again, 3-point arc. And if you choose this symbol next to the arc, you can choose this type of 3-point arc as a default. So you don't have to just choose this one, for example, for several times. I want an arc here. For example, this arc is good. So the next one is a line. So I draw a line. So I zoom out. I scroll the middle bottom on my mouse. So I zoom out, and then I have a line. This is horizontal. So the yellow symbol, horizontal symbol. So this is horizontal. And then I can draw an arc. So I can just here choose the arc, or let me press the Ctrl Z. I can just, for example, here, let me delete this line again. I want to tell you another method to draw an arc. So I want a horizontal line here. So I draw a horizontal line. And then I want to draw an arc, so I just extend the line and then go back to the point here. Then you can create your arc, but I mostly do this method, so I just come here and choose the arc command. So I press the select, and here I choose the arc. So I have chosen arc. The next one is line, so I have a line here. My line is horizontal, is vertical. Then I have an arc. Here, so I press select. You can see here our sketch is blue, so I can move my sketch, and if I move the sketch here, for example, it will have a better looking. So I just move it a little bit. Okay. So the next one, we have a line here. So I choose line. My line is horizontal. I press select. Then I have an arc. So I'm just gonna move my sketch. So you can see here each arc will change itself if I move my sketch. So these arcs here have the same dimension. I use a relation. I will give it an equal relation. What does it mean? It means that all the arcs here will be equal with each other. So I just hold the control and choose the arc here, here, here. Then you choose this arc and this arc here. You can see it has there must be an option here. So again, I choose them. Here I hold the control, hold it, and choose. Can you see here? You have add relation. We choose this arc here, and I choose all of these arcs and give it equal relation. So all the arcs will be equal. You can see here this arc is not tangent, so I want to give all the arcs tangent relation. So if you give it tangent relation, this arc will be tangent to the line. So hold the control and choose the arc and the line. Then choose the tangent relation. So I want to make this line tangent to this arc. So I choose the tangent relation here. Again, hold the control and choose this line here. And add relations, tangent relation. I want to add another relation, tangent relation to this line. do the same thing for all the arcs. Tangent relation, hold the control and choose these two lines here. Tangent relation, choose the line and the arc and give it a relation. So here I choose the line and I choose the line again and the arc, and I will add a relation, tangent relation. Our line will be tangent to the line. You can see the difference here. The line is tangent to the arc and here is not tangent, and you can see a big difference between these two lines. So I want to give it another relation, tangent relation here. Again, hold the control and hold the control again. Add relation, tangent relation here. The same thing. So all the arcs and the lines are tangent here. So I can move my sketch better. So you can see I can move the sketch much better. So if you give your sketch relation, your sketch will be more flexible. So I'm gonna move my sketch a little bit. Okay, here is a line. The next one we have another arc. So let me okay, it's much better. Here we have another arc. Here I press select, and the next one we have an arc, we have a line after arc. It is vertical, the yellow symbol. So I press select, and here we have a arc here. We have a line, a horizontal line, and we have another arc here. So you can see I have to move the sketch again, so I'm gonna give it relation. If you wanna move your sketch, please give your sketch relation. It helps you to move your sketch much more easier. So please give your sketch relation. So first of all, I give all of them equal relation. These three arcs must be equal with this arc, equal. Add relation, I hold the control. Then I want to give all of them tangent relation. So here we have already given this line a tangent relation. Here I give it another relation. Here I hold the control and choose the line and the arc and add tangent relation here. And I want to add another relation, tangent and tangent here, and give it tangent relation. So I'm gonna move my sketch again. So as you can see here, I can't move the arc because it has gotten the relation itself. So if I click on this and see why my sketch doesn't move, so okay, it moves now. It's okay. It has some bugs. We have some bugs in Solidworks, so please play with the lines and the arcs, and it will be fine. So don't worry. Okay, the next one is we have a line here. I choose the line, and after line we have another arc. We have an arc. We have an arc here. After that, we connect this arc to the here I have to add a line and connect this line to the arc. So I want to give it relation. So first of all, I give it equal relation. these I zoom in, these three arcs must be equal. So I choose it and they are equal. So I want to make this line horizontal. Here this line is horizontal, so I click on it and I will add a horizontal relation, so it will be horizontal. So we have drawn our sketch, and we are gonna give it dimension. So the dimension from this line to this line is 100. So for giving dimension here in a smart dimension, choose the smart dimension. I have already chosen this line, so I don't want this line, so I press the escape button on my keyboard. So I wanna give these two lines dimension. So I choose the first line here. I can give the line itself a relation dimension, sorry, but I wanna give the dimension between these two lines. So I choose these two lines and give it a dimension 100 millimeters. One point about Solidworks here, you can see its unit system. So please choose the millimeter, millimeter gram second, mmgs. In European countries usually work with the IPS, inch pound second. So please be careful about that. It must be mmgs. So it's 100 millimeter. Again, I minimize it. So the next dimension is here. After I give these lines a dimension, so we will draw these rectangles and the circles in our sketch. The next dimension here is 50 from this line to this line. Exactly, I choose this line and then this line, and I will give it 50 millimeter dimension. So you can see the lines are changing to the black. It means that we are making our sketch fully defined. The sketch must be fully defined and fixed. The next dimension is here from this line to this line. It is 120. So I give it dimension 120. So you can move the dimension here. For example, you can change the place of that. It will look more better. Here is okay. So the next dimension is here. This line is 20 millimeter. So you can just choose the smart dimension here, or you can hold the right click on your mouse. Okay, please hold the right click, and here you have dimension too. So it will choose the smart dimension very faster. So I just do that. So I hold the right click and here I choose the smart dimension. So I can give it 20 millimeter. So it will be 20. So I'm gonna just move my sketch. Now it's better. I wanna give the arc 5 millimeter. So this arc here is 5 millimeter. Here I have to give it relation. So this line must be tangent to the arc. So I hold the control, and here you can add tangent relation and hold the control on your keyboard and choose the line and the arc and give it a tangent relation. Then it will be tangent. So the next dimension here is from this point to this point. So you can just choose the lines and the points. So I'm gonna choose the point here. It is 30. It's 30. So the next dimension here is 140 from this line to this line is 140. The next dimension is let me see, what dimension do we have here? So if you don't know why your sketch is not fully defined, so you can just move your sketch, hold just you can move it, click on a point here and just move your sketch. If it moves, it means that your sketch is not fully defined, and we have lines here that are blue and all the lines must be black. And here I think we have I got it. These two lines here and here are equal, so you can just hold the control and choose these two lines, or you can here add relations, choose the symbol here and add relation. So if you choose these two lines and press equal, these two lines will be equal. So I wanna just move my sketch again. Okay. So what dimension do we have? We have another dimension. These two lines are collinear, so I hold the control here, and in add relation we have a relation collinear, so choose the collinear, and these two lines will be collinear with each other. So these two lines are equal, so I hold the control and give equal relation. So it is turning to black. It means that our sketch is becoming fully defined. So what do we have? So we have to give these two lines a relation. These two lines are equal, so I hold the control button on my keyboard, and here I choose equal. You can see here our sketch is fully defined. If you want to make your sketch fully defined, you have to use dimensions and relations. You can see here I have given the dimensions, but my sketch was not fully defined. So I gave my sketch, I have added some relations to make it fully defined. So I can't move my sketch is fixed and all the lines are black. So I'm gonna draw all the shapes inside the box here. So there are 3 rectangles and 3 circles and 2 rectangles at the middle. So I'm gonna draw 3 rectangles here. So I choose the corner rectangle, and here with 2 clicks I draw my rectangles. I pressed OK. Here the dimension is 20. First of all, let me give it a dimension. So it's 20. And here is 40. So I give these two lines a dimension is 40. So I have a fillet here. I choose fillet, sketch fillet, and I zoom in and choose this point here. Give it 10 millimeter dimension. So I have applied a fillet. Before I give it a fillet, hold the control and the Z button on your keyboard and you go backward. Before applying a fillet to your rectangle, you can just use a pattern. You can see here all the rectangles have the same dimensions, and we can just give our rectangle pattern. So for using pattern, you can see here linear sketch pattern. Okay, and first of all, choose the lines here. You can pattern your sketch in a horizontal or vertical. So I wanna pattern it in the vertical way. So here in the x is 1, so it's the number of the pattern, so I don't want to pattern the rectangle in the x axis, so I want to pattern it in the y axis. So I want 3 rectangles. So for example, here you can give it a dimension between the rectangles. It's 30, for example. You can just give it a dimension, and here you can give it an angle. So I don't want to give it angle, it's 90 degrees. So you can give a dimension and pattern your sketch. But I have to pattern it backward, so I here reverse the direction, and you can just pattern your sketch. But here we have a dimension is 30, so hold the right click on your mouse and choose the smart dimension. The dimension between this line and this line is 30, so I give it a dimension. What relation we have again? Okay, there is a dimension between these two lines, so I give it a dimension here, 10 millimeter. So the lines here, you can see it turns to black, and we have to use a relation. So these lines, all of these lines are collinear with this line. So I use collinear relation. You can see here all the lines are collinear. So here I used a sketch fillet. So I use here a fillet. Yeah, fillet here. I zoom in and choose the point, or you can choose the lines, and it will be automatically get fillet. So here we have a fillet, and I can choose these two lines. So the fillet is 10 millimeters. So okay, we have just drawn our sketch. I'm gonna draw this rectangle here. So there is a rectangle. I choose corner rectangle, and I'm gonna draw the top rectangle at the middle of the sketch. Okay, the dimension is 25. Hold the right click here and choose the dimension. The dimension between these two lines is 25, so it's 25. Okay, and the dimension between these two lines is 80, so it's 80 millimeter. The dimension between these two lines is 20, so 20 millimeter. The next dimension is so I think we don't have any dimensions here. I can see them. I have to give it a fillet. I have to give it 2 fillets. So here in a sketch fillet, I can choose the point here and here. So press the OK button. We have our fillet. These 2 points here and here are horizontal. So you can please hold the control here. First of all, exit the sketch fillet. Hold the control, zoom in and hold the control and choose this line, this point, and this point. Then add a relation, horizontal relation. Why do I have an error? Oh, you can't add a relation because of this dimension. So if you add an extra dimension and this sorry, extra relation, your sketch turns to yellow or red, because we have a dimension here. We have given it a dimension, and if I give it a relation, the dimension here will change, and there is a contradiction here, and it is opposite with that. So for solving this problem here, is our sketch is over-defined. We were in the editing part, and our sketch is not still fully defined, and this is over-defined. It means that our sketch has a big problem. So click on the over-defined, and here diagnose. Okay, it takes a little bit time, but it will give us a solution. So here said that you can delete the tangent relation here, or you can delete the horizontal relation here. So I want to delete this relation. This is an extra relation, so accept, and our sketch is in editing part. So let's minimize it again. I will leave it, and I will give it a relation later. So I'm gonna draw this rectangle. So I choose a 2-point rectangle, and with 2 click I draw a rectangle. So I press the select to exit this command. So here the dimension between these two lines, I hold the right click, and here the dimension, smart dimension, I give it a dimension, sorry. You give it 50 millimeter dimension. So these lines here are collinear with these lines. So I hold the control and choose these two lines. These two lines are collinear, and they have a same dimension. It's 80 millimeters, and this is 80 millimeters. I can give it a dimension. For example, I can hold the right click and choose the smart dimension and give it 80 millimeter dimension. They are the same. But I want to use the less dimension, and it's much better to use relation, because your sketch will be much more editable and flexible. So I delete this dimension, and I will give it a relation. So I will exit the smart dimension. You can just exit the smart dimension with clicking on that. So I'm gonna hold the control button on my keyboard and choose these two lines. These two lines are collinear, so I add a relation collinear here, and these two lines are collinear too. So these two lines are collinear, so I give it a collinear relation. So they have the same dimension. Okay, the next dimension is 20. So I give it 20 millimeter dimension, 25 millimeters. So the next dimension is, so first of all, I have to give it 4 fillets. So I use a sketch fillet and choose 4 points of the rectangle and give it 10 millimeter fillet. So okay, I have given it a fillet. The next dimension is, so let me why my sketch is not still fully defined. Okay, these two rectangles are still moving in the horizontal way. So we have to give it dimension in the horizontal way. So, or give it relation. So here, what dimension do we have? Let me see. What dimension here we have? The middle of this line is vertical to the middle of this line. So I get help from a center line. So here you can see a center point. I choose that, I click on that, and then here I choose the center point at the middle of the line. So I exit the tool, and I will give it a vertical relation. So you can see here our sketch is now fully defined, and the center of this line is vertical to this line. Here we have 3 circles, so I use circle here and draw a circle. So we use a linear pattern the same as here, and we will pattern our sketch here. So first of all, I have to give it a dimension. It's 10. It's 20 in fact. Here is the R and it's 20. And here it's this point to this point is 20. And this point to this point is 20. So our sketch is fully defined and I have to just pattern it. So I choose the linear pattern here. I don't want to pattern the circle in the x-axis, so I turn this parameter to 1 and I give it, I want 3 circles. So then we have 3 circles. The dimension between the center of the circles is 30. So and I have to reverse the direction. So press on that and your direction will be reversed. So here you can press OK. My sketch is not still fully defined, so I give it a dimension. So here I give it 30 millimeter. 30 millimeter. So you can see my sketch is rotating, so I have to use the relations. I hold the control here and choose 3 points, and I give it a relation, vertical relation. So these 3 points will be vertical. So you can see we have just drawn our sketch. For saving a sketch, you can hold the control and press the Z button and press the S button on your keyboard, or here you can save your sketch on your desktop with the format part and save. By this way, you can save your sketch. See you in the next video. It's enough for today. Goodbye.